Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Friday, February the 26th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of our free trading room. Keep harping on that. Free trading room, guys and women, sorry. This is the address to get in. I share my screen all day long. I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're looking to get into a subscription with Trade Ideas, this is the address to use. Take you to a subscription page. You can get 20% off and even more sometimes. So great time to perhaps pick up, especially if you've been in the room this last week as a guest. You have to have been impressed by what we've been able to do in the room. And it's not just about me, believe me. It's everybody's pulling together. We've got just a tremendous window that we're using that is just zeroing in on great trades. So, you know, if you're interested at all, this is the link. Okay, so today, I wasn't quite as active today. I actually was hoping to take a bit of a break. I don't mean like leave the room or anything like that, but the last 2 days before have just been so fabulous. But it's a lot of work to try to keep track of all the different alerts that come by. Of course, I cannot take them all, but you know, we've got over 200 people in the room. Everybody has different trading styles, so they, you know, people see things. And what I'm talking about is this option play. People see things that might be attractive to them, maybe not to other people, but my goodness, there are so many fabulous plays in this window. You know, yesterday I think we had about 70 stocks that went through here, and that's what I mean. You can't take them all, but most of them, excuse me, most of them worked extremely well, and we're talking about multiple dollar moves. So anyway, let me tell you what I did today, taking it from this room, or from that window. HMSY. This was an early trade for me, fairly early trade. Doesn't look so good right now, but you know, when I got into this at 13:15, right about here, these are 15-minute candles. Excuse me. So actually, it was right about here. Just put it's a little bit less than that, but a little bit more than that, but you get the idea. So, you know, a lot of people will look at this and go, well, how could you possibly buy this? Just 1 second, please. So, people say, how can you possibly buy this? I mean, this is just, you got to wait for a pullback. You have to wait for something like this and then maybe get into it. And listen, I am not saying, just 1 second, get rid. Okay. So what I was saying is that, you know, most people would say, well, you have to wait for a pullback. How can you possibly get into this? Well, what's happening here on this particular window, you know, and you can call it what you want. You can call it, you know, super trending, Momo. People ask me, a lot of times I want to, especially in the emails I get, can you design a momentum filter for me, or excuse me, a momentum strategy? And I say, well, this is what I use. And they say, well, yeah, but I mean, how can I get in here? I should have got in here. And I agree. It'd be great if we could get in here. I absolutely agree. The thing is though, that sometimes, you know, the filters haven't kicked into place that have to for me to see this. If I relax the filter so much, I might see this, and it might continue, but I would probably be over inundated with stocks that did this and then just did nothing afterwards. So anyway, I mean, the bottom line is this, is that this is a momentum play. It's built around abnormal option volume, option contracts. I don't care if they're puts or calls, it doesn't matter. It's just the total number of contracts, and it's just basically saying, when there is, say, as an example, if a stock normally trades 500 contracts a day, if it's trading, you know, 1,500 or 2,000 today, I want to know about it. You know, that's abnormal option contract volume. So that's what this is doing. And most of the plays are surrounded around earnings. Now, the good news is that in the last 2 weeks, we've had 400 earning plays each week. Which is not huge, because, you know, right in the smack dab in the middle of earning season, I mean, some days we get 400 in 1 day, or some weeks we get 400 in 1 day. However, next week we still have 400 earning plays. So I think that this window will still be relatively active. I really do. And, you know, until earning season completely dries up, you know, this window I think is still going to be really good. And, you know, the other thing is, in fact, I just want to see something here. if this is actually an earnings play, HMSY. And it is, okay? Earnings today. Most people, I mean, I don't really know anything about it's a collection agency of some sort, but the bottom line is, it doesn't have to be Apple earnings or Facebook earnings or Twitter earnings. A lot of people, if you listen to the media, they'll say earnings season is over because Apple isn't doing anything anymore. Facebook has done theirs. Twitter has done theirs. Google, all the big names have done. There are so many companies that release earnings, and that's what Trade Ideas does, is we find them. We find these little plays that nobody really thinks about. So anyway, I know I'm getting a bit of on a soapbox here, but I mean, I got in at 13.15. I got out at 13.40. So I didn't quite get the high here. I mean, it looked like it really wanted to get going even more. But I exited at 13.40 and 13.30. So, I mean, was it on a percentage basis from 13.15 a pretty darn good play? So, I'll take that all day long, especially an early one to get the morning going well. The next one was GLV. And now GLV, same thing. It came off the this window here. And I took the trade at, again, 1477. Look at this. I mean, there's no pullback. These are 15-minute candles, and there's no pullback. So 1 second, please. I'm just looking at something here. Okay. No pullback at all. But again, it's like a momentum play. So I got in at 1477. And now look at this. It almost, I was, salivating to see that if it could get through 15. I knew 15 would be a bit of a tough one to get through, but, it didn't. And so I ended up exiting the trade at two stages, 1487 and 1480, okay? Now, you try it again, and you see I have an alert. On our new limit alerts on our charts, we can put the limit alert right here. See that little dotted line I've got up there? So if it goes through 15, now it doesn't look like it's going to now, but if it ever went through 15, I'd be alerted to it. And, I think if I look at a daily chart, you'll see why. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, that is what we're looking for. We're looking for these. This is a stock that's been beaten up a little bit. It's not catastrophically like some we've seen, but it's been beaten up a little bit. And now it's starting to come back. But, 15 was a tough nut to crack. I have this now as an alert. I'll keep it in there. And on Monday, if it cracks through, well, look, I mean, it can go up to 16. I mean, there's this little void area that it could conceivably get right through. So that was Gov. AMTG, same thing. Now, these were not, I did not get into some of the super multiple moves. And one of the reasons is that I missed a couple that I should have got in. But, I just can't see them all. I'm doing a fair amount of stuff in the room at the same time. But anyway, this was another one. This was a short play now. 1291. Now, my guess is that it was actually alerted in this area originally to be short. But I waited for it to break the whole number of 13. And I got in at 1291. Now, look what it did. It got all the way down to 1250. Unfortunately, I did not get out there. I took some off at 1281 and some at 1270 as it started to stall here. And now it's really not that much, but not a bad play. I'm not saying this is a great play, but they're all day long in this window. We seem to be able to find them all day long. This is the one that really almost gave me a heart attack, because another one. Now, I was way late on FLTX, very, very late on it, because I know that the alert came, let's see, I'm trying to find out where I got in. I got in at 37.99, and I was telling the room, I'm watching, so I just put a mark here. Watching for this to break down. Now, I think the original alerts came here. The reason I can't show you that, normally I would be able to show you right here. This is the same window as this one. The only difference is, you see how the stocks are repeating? In this window, they don't repeat. So that means I can kind of look back and see where the first time I got the alert. Problem is I reloaded Trade Ideas, and that basically wiped out. I could do a history and find it, but I can tell you for sure though that this one, Fleetmatics, was probably triggering up around this area. Anyway, started watching it, and I said in the room, you know, if it gets down below 38, I'm in. And so that's what happened. I took the trade at 37.99. This is a short, and it started to work really well. Look at this. It got down to 37.55. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, you know, this area right here. Sure, probably get some resistance, but I mean, that's a nice little void. Unfortunately, this candle just shot up, and I was lucky to get out with a dime, actually, on this one. Very, very lucky to get out with a dime. And so, you know, they don't all work, I mean, you know, the way you want them to, but this still worked. But, you know, sometimes that's why you have to watch very, very carefully on any sort of a trending or momentum play. And I think that's it. I have to admit, I am whipped. It's been a long week, great week. So I encourage you, even if you're watching this video for the first time, somehow you're seeing this for the first time, come on into the room. It's free. You can come in as a guest, no obligation whatsoever. You're going to see exactly what we do. And, you know, obviously we hope one day that you'll get a subscription so you can do it yourself. It's certainly not all about me telling you what trades to take. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I hope to see you in the trading room on Monday morning. Bye-bye.